What up guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to install BeamMP and how to make it work. Previous video I made still works if you do follow it step by step. I'm going to cover a few extra things that I might have accidentally missed. So let's get straight into it. So to install BeamMP, you are going to need one important thing. You are going to need BeamNG. So as you can see, I already have BeamMP, but mine's out of date, so I'm going to install a new one to show you guys how it works. So once you open BeamNG, you need to actually have BeamNG to be able to install BeamMP. I had a lot of comments on the last video that were asking and telling me that it doesn't work and asking why it doesn't work. And the biggest reason that I've noticed after commenting on some of the comments is that they don't have BeamNG itself installed. I say again, you need BeamNG to play BeamMP. BeamMP is an extension of BeamNG. Now that that's out of the way, let me show you actually how to install BeamMP. First thing you're going to need to do is go on your web browser and type in beammp.com. The link will also be in the description. And after you get to here, you are just going to simply click download client. This will install the installer to install BeamMP onto your computer. So you're just going to click download client. And then once it is downloaded, you just click view, open up the file. You might need WinRAR or not. I will also put that in the description, the link to download that. You shouldn't, but if you do need it, it will be in there. Now, after you have that installed, all you're going to do is simply drag and drop. And once it is on your desktop, you are simply just going to double click. Once you double click, it is going to ask for your language setup. Once you do that, you can read through these or not. I don't. Probably not a good idea, but I trust this website. I trust the app. I trust it. So you're going to click I accept the agreement and then click next. It's up to you if you want to make it if you want to create a desktop shortcut. Totally up to you. I like doing that. And then you're going to click next, and then it'll give you just a quick summary of what's going to happen. And you're going to click install. Once it is installed, you can click launch. I'm not going to do that just so I can show you. I'll do it anyway. So you're going to click finish. It is simply just going to immediately boot up and open your command thing and telling you kind of what it's doing and telling you that the download is completed and game is launched. As you can see, I already have the older version. So if this comes up, just click OK. And then it'll tell you that it successfully did it. And then click yes. And then and if this pops up, just close out of it. And then all you're going to do is click launch. And then once it launches, just wait for it to load into normal BeamNG. And then once you click that, it'll do all this crazy stuff. And then if you want, go through your mods, and then you will find your mod manager. And then if you scroll down until you find multiplayer BeamMP deactivated, go ahead and click activate this mod. It might already be activated. If so, even better. Once you have activated the mod and accepted the risk, you are going to have to reopen BeamMP. So I'm going to reopen BeamMP launcher. It is loading and download is completed and launching the game. You're going to click launch and then wait for it to load in again. Alrighty, once you are in, instead of the normal things you will see, you will also see multiplayer. You're just going to simply click multiplayer. If you want, you can register an account or you can just play as guest. I always just play as guest. I don't care to have an actual account. Then you're going to hit play. And then you're just going to wait for some servers to load in. Sometimes this can be really snappy. Sometimes this can be really quick. Since I haven't opened BeamMP in a very long time, it's kind of slow right now. Alrighty, once you have loaded all your servers, you can see there is a plentiful amount. Sometimes this can be really slow. I don't know why. Don't worry, it's just because it's the first time me launching it. It's probably going to be the same for you once you first launch it, but after you launch it a couple times, the BeamNG will be able to handle it more accordingly, and you won't have as many stutters. And it might also be internet-based. Slower your internet, the slower this will react. So we're just going to find a random server. Let's just do This one, as it's just vanilla, takes less time. So another thing with BeamMP is there's going to be some servers that have a crazy amount of mods. Like this is kind of low even. I play on a server that has over 300. It will take quite a while to download mods, but once they are downloaded, they'll stay downloaded. So then once you hop in that server again and again, it'll only be faster and faster. So for now, I'm just going to join a vanilla, so it's a little bit quicker to join. These are always going to be the fastest because it's just base game, and then whatever their loading screen is. That is the only mod that they'll ever do. So once it's done downloading all the mods, you'll see it starts connecting to the actual server itself. This can also take some time depending on how many times you have loaded into the server. Hopefully this will be a little quicker as it's just vanilla. Alrighty, once you are in, as you can see, I guess this isn't completely vanilla, it is a custom map, so that's maybe why it took mine a little bit longer. But once you are in, you're going to see it's going to kind of stutter and just kind of freeze up on you. Do not close out of the game. It's just downloading the map and downloading all the cars and whatever else that you have in the server. So it's downloading all the scripts that they have as well. So I sometimes try to move my mouse around like you would in in BeamNG. So I try to just move around a little bit. Sometimes it helps it load a little quicker. And as you can see, I am in. Game is running nice and smooth now. Move your camera around and then WAS and D to move around in free cam. And then once you do that, you can click escape and you can go into vehicles. And then just spawn in whatever car you want. And then wait for it to spawn in the car, just like normal BeamNG. And then once it is loaded in, there you go. Simple as that, guys. You can be playing BeamNG and BeamMP with your friends. If you guys do have any questions, feel free to comment them. I will be trying my absolute best to answer every single comment I get. If you guys did enjoy this tutorial video, please, if you could, just leave it a like. If you want to subscribe, that would be amazing to me. Please leave me a comment letting me know that it worked. Yeah. So see you guys later.